So I've recently did a video about a common self-defense technique where somebody grabs your hand and then you free it by pulling it out. And my video is about that. I think that technique is not a very proper self-defense technique, and it is shown an alternative way to solve the situation by just punching the other guy's face. And I got a couple comments, presumably from people who trained that self-defense technique, saying that it's not always the situation to punch somebody in the face, and secondly to say that it's a proper self-defense technique because it works for them. And I like to address both of those things as common self-defense misconceptions. First of all, yes, it is not always the situation to punch somebody's face in. Then it's not a self-defense situation. If you grab my hand and you're my friend and I want to let you to let go, then I'm gonna tell you to let go. If you do not let go, then I'm gonna make very serious that I need you to let go immediately. And if you do not respect that, then it's probably a self-defense situation. Even if, and especially if, you're a woman and I'm a man grabbing your hand, or the other way around, if you're a man and I'm a woman and you grab my hand and you don't let go, and it's a friend of mine, blah blah, no. Either you respect my word or I'm gonna defend myself. And I'm gonna make that very clear beforehand. So yeah, that's it. It's either a peaceful situation or it's a situation for self-defense. Okay? Everything in between, and that's addressing the second point, is reserved for the not typical self-defense trainee or customer, let's say. Well, yes, freeing my hand in the traditional way, I can do that too. I'm a fairly strong man. I can do that probably against anybody. But I assure you, a 50-kilogram woman cannot free her hand from my grip with that technique. It's downright impossible. And a small child has not the slightest chance of freeing their hand from my grip with that technique. Okay? Now here's the thing. For me as a strong man, self-defense is a very different approach, a very different situation. So it's mostly about other men wanting to improve their social status. So I'm living in a quite peaceful country even, so that very predatory violence is quite rare. So the situation that somebody just wants to kill me is quite rare. Mostly it's another man wanting to gain some social status by attacking me, or he feels offended by me and he wants to prove that he's stronger and bigger and whatever. So it's a fight about that, and I can handle it in a very slow progress. I'm like, I don't want to fight, blah blah blah. I'm usually not one to run away. You can run away. It's a very good self-defense tip if it's only about saving your life. To me, saving my social status is also a valuable thing, so I will very likely not run away. And even if he wants to fight, I'm usually strong enough to solve the situation without hurting him. And that is a very privileged situation that I am in. And that the typical self-defense trainee is not in that situation. They are in a very different situation where the normal attack is a high threat. It feels life-threatening to them. They are very scared by the situation, maybe rightfully so. So their situation is about surviving, and you need to understand that it's not about winning the fight. To me and maybe to you, it's about winning the fight, but maybe also to you, maybe you're one listening that actually needs to learn self-defense. And you need to learn that somebody attacking you is either he's looking for social status, then you can win, or it's predatory. He's trying to victimize you. He's just trying to take something away of you. Maybe they are trying to abduct you or trying to do some very unspeakable things to you. It's not about winning then. It's about making them stop attacking you. And that's a very different thing. because they are not looking for an opponent. Somebody who's trying to fight me is probably looking for an opponent to increase his social status. The other guy is looking for a victim. So he's looking for something that he can take. All you need to do usually is to increase the price. So if I can just take you on your arm and take you with me, that's a good take. But if you start punching my face, like if you try to free your hand, right? Either it works, and if it doesn't work, nothing happens to me. There's literally no downside to me if you try to free your hand and you cannot. But if you start punching my face, it starts to be uncomfortable to me. So there's a high chance that I will let go. That is like the chance of a gazelle winning against a lion. They're not actually winning a fight. It's not a fight to the death for the lion, usually. It's a fight to the death for the gazelle. The lion wants to eat, but if the price is too high, if the gazelle is fighting back too hard, he will very likely let go unless he's starving that very day. But very likely he will try to find another victim, a better victim, a cheaper victim. So fighting back in that situation, anyhow, punching is the best situation. And don't get me wrong, I think usually grappling is the best solution against somebody who's heavier than you if you want to win the fight. But not necessarily, I repeat, if it's just about surviving, letting go, finding a way to escape, being able to run away. Okay? Even if they are sitting on top of me and I'm trying to escape and I cannot, and I just start screaming and punching and scratching, it might be the way to make them stop. Because that's what I want. I want the attacker to stop. I do not want to beat them in a fight and stand up. I'm like, yeah, I showed you. I just want them to go away and let me in peace. Okay? So again, I'm not saying that's a bad technique. It's a good technique, but it has its place. And that place is usually not self-defense for those who are on the physically weaker part of humanity. I hope that clears it up. Hope you find a good orientation in what techniques to practice for what situations and with which trainees, with what kind of people you train what techniques. Hope you like that and hope to see you next time.